What's going on? It's Justeeni here, and today I'm gonna show you the game that got me to a 25 game win streak on Challenger mode. Yeah, that's what the title and thumbnail suggested. That's what the video is about. So this one is against Loom, who is a fellow Plague member on the Poly Champions. He's quite a good player, but you'll kind of see what happens in this game. Let's just get right into things. So we actually start off, I have garbage density. This mountain here means there are no cities next to it, of course, which is very sad. And then I'm not expecting a city here. It's kind of like, and if there is one there, it's kind of barren. It's like next to the lighthouse. I don't really care for it, but I do find some cities there. There is this nice coastal city, and I've got some prospects there. So I'm leaning towards fishing. I get mining first to get all those juicy level ups. I always like to open with mining even when I have parallel resources, just because it's consistent, and the tech price for mining gets really expensive if you don't buy it early, so it's just nice to get early. I've been finding it to be the most consistent thing. And you know, it's all about consistency. So get fishing, I can upgrade my capital. And what's really nice here is I kind of realized I can actually get a giant really quickly without smithery, because I can play support, that's 1 population. Then this is 2, 3. Then this lighthouse here is 4. Then the connection is 5. And then either this lighthouse or this connection is 6. And that's what I need for a giant. So pretty nice, actually. Everything just works out, really. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to pursue. And I go with these port spots. I just call these like safety ports, where you put the ports like really close to your own land, so then they can't lock you off of your port, because you can just like counter them or like counterattack. Like they can't prevent you from getting on the water for good by placing your ports like as inland as possible. Because when you put the ports really far out, it's really easy for the enemy to stop them. And you'll see that I kind of do that with all these cities here. I place this port here because it's the closest to inland. It's the hardest to reach. I get the giant on turn 10, and I decide to get the explorer. And look at this new explorer. This is the beta explorer. It's pretty cool. It turns into a boat. And yeah, I find the opponent, and I see that looks like a second continent. And I am very worried. They also have their giant, which they got before me. Again, very worried. So I could be screwed. They might just be at a like really big city advantage, because they might also have 4 cities on their home continent. That might be their 6th city. And I could be screwed just right now. But obviously, you guys know that that's not what happened. I clutched it up and brought it home and all of that, but how? That's the question. Well, I'm setting up for smithery, because if I get org and smithery, that's actually 2 more giants, because this is I get the fruit, and then I also get 4 population from both of these areas, so that's 5 total, and that's what I need for giants in both of those areas. So I can pump out a lot more giants. Also, if I like get hunting, then I can get a giant here as well. And if I get forestry, I also get a giant here. So I actually have a ton of giant potential. It just is going to take a while to get there. And I also need to stop the opponent from expanding further, because I could be screwed. I get hunting though, which is really nice, because now I can get this giant here first, and for really cheap too. Because, oh, I actually didn't need hunting because I have this mine here. Right, yeah, so I didn't even need hunting for that. But I'm going to want forestry later. Oh, and I don't even need org for this one because of the animal there. So hunting rooms was actually really nice here. And yeah, I'm just keeping all my units in territory because I want to get sailing. Oh, and instead of getting org, I actually just use the lighthouse. Yeah, right. I don't even think I buy org this entire game. But yeah, I'm getting on the water, but they've got scouts as well. They're gonna do their thing. They're advancing their juggernaut. They want to get this city. I'm gonna make sure I deny them. I get forestry, and I've got a lot of giants. They don't seem to have very good giant potential compared to me. At least not that I can see. I can't really see everything though, but I'm about to get a lot of juggernauts on the water. And that's going to be huge. They're backing up because they should not attack me. I get navigation from the ruins, which is huge because there's 2 starfish here. That's essentially like a delayed star ruins. A delayed but slightly improved star ruins. And also I can make bombers now, which is also amazing. And I just start advancing because I can get away with it. Pick up some vision because I've got these juggernauts, I can get away with it. They have to kill this. If they don't, I'm just getting the starfish. They want to kill it anyway, but I'm forcing them to advance too because they don't have anywhere to run. They get rammers, try to chip away. Like, look at this dangerous looking formation. But unfortunately, I just nailed them with a bomber and they resign on the spot. And the reason why they resign is because they were actually screwed from the beginning. And once again, my streak of just getting extremely lucky, because I'm not going to lie, the only reason why I've won 25 games in a row is off of pure luck with games like this. But another hollow victory, and after winning 25 games in a row, I feel nothing, and I move on to grand finals, actually, in this one. This was the semifinals game, so I'll cut to that. And you might recognize the person here in grand finals. Senor Avanzo. We meet again. And he's back for revenge this time. He's not messing around. And maybe I don't get super lucky spawn. It's actually not looking too promising here. Because again, this village, this mountain here, because it's a empty mountain and Xin-xi has 100% metal rate in borders, these are not villages. Which means there could be one here, maybe, but it doesn't look promising even if there is one. And there's no mines here, so I have to go into organization and then hunting or fishing. That's not good. I step on the mountains anyway just for vision, and sure enough, yep, no village there. There is a ruins though, and another village, which I suppose is nice. I go for fishing to develop, workshopping it up because it's continents, and I get a population ruin, so maybe I'm back in this. And then I get a star ruins. Wait, we're so back. Our expansion is horrible, but we can get an early sailing. We meet the opponent. Oh, but the opponent's on the water. If they get sailing themselves, they might be just taking the city, and despite our ruins, we might not actually have it. Well, they start exploring around. They don't have the best of vision, but they poke away at our scout, which kind of sucks. We get forestry pre-cap, and the reason why is because I want to get a giant on Liguzu, something like that. But yeah, I want my first giant. I go and poke this just because the scout is not dead. It's a one-shot anyway. But they don't even bother to kill it for some reason. I get my first giant going. I'm actually able to kill that scout with a warrior and this 2 HP scout, which is clutching up right now. And then I park a fortune, and I'm actually ready to get a second giant here. If I place a port for 1, fish for 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6. Always look for those giants, and especially with pop growth. Please do not border growth in this instance or this one, or else I will actually strangle you. But yeah, and he steps on this village, which is a huge mistake because I'm right here, but he probably didn't have the vision to know. Then I see Park of Fortune, so he got his giant the same turn that I did. But again, I get my port, so I'm ready to get the giant. I also get the scout, trying to fight for some coastal dominance. He's doing a really good job though, and he gets a second giant. I'm outnumbered. I'm going to get my own giant, but he's way ahead in tempo. It's going to be hard for me to stop him from getting this village. But I'm going to try my best. Do what I can. My continent here is pretty bad for expanding fast, and its resources aren't the best either, but I was able to make use of forestry at least to get 2 giants, but Beyond that, I don't have a lot. It's really just these two giants, and I'm just gonna hope that it carries me. But I'm workshopping it up, getting that eco as high as I can. They try and step on this village. They're really doing this to entice my Juggernaut to move forward, but I have no choice, because if they just take it with this warrior, then their Juggernauts are free to do whatever they want. I also start to try and pressure this city here, because if I can, maybe something can be done. I hit that Juggernaut, weaken it a little bit. And I'm saving up for rammers here. This Juggernaut is pretty much screwed, so they're going to be up 2 super units. But I get ramming, and I can damage these, and I do it in this particular way because if we look here, this cannot kill, and this cannot kill, so they would have to like splash like this to then kill this. But then even when they do that, I can send this warrior in and poke, and then this rammer can still hit, and maybe the giant even kills. I mean, I've also got the scout. So it's actually just a really annoying situation here for them to deal with. Very, very strong formation. And yeah, I develop, keep building my eco. And yeah, this Juggernaut is unfortunately dead. They're up 2 super units and pretty much for good. They even play really nice and defensively here. But unfortunately, they are left open and I can take the city. They actually cannot take it back here. And I can chip away at their giants. They were a little too passive and it cost them the game. But do you know what else cost them the game? Their spawn. Are you like, look at this. You can't make this up. I don't know how it keeps happening. This is 26 games in a row. And I just keep getting some sort of bailout or just get lucky somehow, and yeah. Cool, we won another game. Isn't that cool? Like, who cares? Okay, next match. So now we're 1-0, and maybe this time our spawn isn't good enough. It looks fine, but again, we do have the mountain here. And so, yeah, this might be the bad spawn. And I even explore here, and there's nothing here. So I can only explore one direction. I go for the lighthouse, but I see this ruins. Wait a hot second. Organization, level this up. Because I'm expanding really slowly, I can buy my second tech before I even capture. And I'm thinking here, if I get fishing, it levels us up. Then I get a port, and then I steal the ruins, which is probably on his starting continent. And if I get something like a Vet's Sword, that could be downright decisive, but even something like just resources or pop, or half-decent tech, or even an Explorer is pretty good, and it denies him the ruins. But unfortunately, my dreams are quickly shattered. He is getting that ruins, and I can't do a thing about it. And my start is really slow. Like, expansion-wise, it is painfully slow. But maybe, just maybe, you know, I meet him, I can develop. I don't have good naval prospects, but I can develop my economy. I'm not really too sure what to do other than just bunker down and pray, really, because my only coastal cities are going to be the ones at the very end, so I just go Smithery. I was thinking about pop growth, but I actually went for the border growth because I've got this mine here, and I get a ton of forests off of it. It delays my giant by 1 turn, but I think it is ultimately worth it. It's tough to say. It probably wasn't worth it, but I thought it might be. And yeah, Park of Fortune. I'm able to develop quite a bit, but then I can, yeah, I'm actually able to get quite a few giants. I border growth here to secure this bridge spot and just to take some land and be annoying like that. And it does allow me to get a giant here. I mean, I can do it anyway with forestry, but also another big thing is this spot. I want to border growth one of these cities to get this spot, because this forge, level 2, level 3, level 2, you see where this is going, market at level 7. So I've got long-term prospects with these border growths. That's kind of the main point of them, is I am really playing the long game. They're on the water. I'm just accepting that as a fact. I get forestry. That's just the natural Xin-xi progression. You go mining, then you get smithering and forestry, and then your eco gets good. Which, that's why Xin-xi is a bottom tier tribe, is because you need all those techs to get anything done, but once you do get them, you are actually sitting pretty. And you'll kind of see, like, I start to pop off at that point. You know, now I can actually get a lot of giants. And a lot of eco. I'm able to level up this city nice and cheap. And I do find a ruins as well, which is pretty nice. I'm spamming warriors just to play defense. So if they siege, I have no problem being able to just recapture. I level this up, preparing to giant if I need to. I can do it with fishing here. And they send in the Juggernaut. How timely. Now, I can giant push, but with all these warriors nearby, I could do something a little better. And I decide here to get riding. And maybe you can see the plan. However, unfortunately, in an extremely anticlimactic matter, Senor Avanzo had something to do outside of the game. He actually said after the game he preferred his position and thought he was going to win, which it's really tough to say. I'll show you his point of view and you can decide for yourself. I'm slightly up in eco and I do have the long-term eco advantage, but man oh man is this going to be hard to defend. However, I do have the short-term defense because he cannot enter here right now. And why? I'll give you a little time to think about it. Pause the video if you want. Just give you a few seconds. Okay, that should be enough time if you pause the video, or if you didn't, maybe you found it. But the idea that I had is if he sieges, I'm gonna be at 35 stars. So keep that in mind, 35 stars. And roads is gonna cost 14. Then plus fishing, that's 23. So 23 stars, that means I have 12 left. So I have 4 to get the push. But then, how much do I need for the poof? Well, I only need 5 because I place a bridge here. Because again, if we look at this, I just need to cover this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile. And if I bridge, this rider can go around, and these warriors can just step up here. No problem. Now, if they were to send a scout in and kill this warrior, I'll use a different color for, yeah. If they send the scout in though, then I can just road this rider and still be good to go. So I do have the poof. They cannot siege me. The question is, at that point, where this gets a little complicated and it's hard to tell who's actually winning, do they have any long-term sieging options? And also, can I get markets quickly enough? And also, what happens after I get markets? Because my plan after markets was to go math for both catapults and to further enhance my markets. And I was hoping, well, if I get like a catapult like here and here, plus some riders, they can't even siege with a giant because I'll just have enough support. If I even get like a third catapult, I don't know, here, the problem is that could be reached by naval units, but if this area is defendable enough, 3 catapults, fire down on any giant. I also just have giants to kind of use as a buffer. But again, it is really complicated. Because like, what if they get bombers? How many starfish do they have to work with? They have quite a few actually, so it's not easy. Plus they can get more giants themselves. It's tough to say, but of course I get bailed out this time from outside the game. And now I've won 27 games in a row, and I'm not sure what to do with my life anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.